Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to discuss how Trump and JD Vance will create the world's biggest surveillance program to monitor everyone. And your privacy is probably going to be screwed. If you guys don't want that to happen, click on some of the links in the description down below to check out my top rated VPNs or check out vpntierlist.com. Are you guys ever worried about getting doxxed? I know I am. That's why I use a service called Incogni. Now, I've reviewed almost all the major data broker removal tools, and I found that this one is the best. It's the cheapest, and it also has a really good family plan as well. If you use my link in the description down below, you should be able to get 50% off Incogni. I have not been sponsored by Incogni for some time, but they are one of my top affiliates, and they're one of my favorite products here on the channel because they prevent it so you don't get doxxed. It removes your information from websites, so if someone does find your IRL name, they won't be able to connect it to your address, phone number, and even your family members. Additionally, this can also give you less robocalls since companies aren't able to find your internet just like on the they're not able to just find it like it's some public message board. So if you guys want to help support the channel and get one of my favorite products, click the link in the description down below. Alright guys, let's go ahead and discuss the future of modern internet privacy after Trump has been elected in 2024. Let's say Donald Trump doesn't explicitly make decisions that dismantle internet privacy protections, despite the fact I think he's going to, since in and around 2018 he did repeal regulations protecting user privacy, pretty much giving free rein for internet service providers to sell our data. Yeah, that happened. I'm not making it up despite what you Trumpos might say. But I do think that people surrounding Trump, even if Trump just spends all of his presidency golfing, I think the people surrounding him, politicians, lobbyists, and influential tech leaders can have a significant impact on our rights when given the reins to do so and using Trump as a puppet.
It's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
I think figures like JD Vance and that are backed by powerful tech moguls like Peter Thiel could shape internet privacy in ways we fully haven't grasped yet. Let's go ahead and discuss who Peter Thiel is. Now, he is a co-founder of PayPal and an early investor in companies like Facebook and Palantir Technologies. He is a figure whose influence extends very, very deep into both Silicon Valley and political circles. He's known for his support of data-driven decision-making and big data analytics, and he's the co-founder of Palantir. It's basically a firm that provides software for data analysis, and you guessed it, surveillance. Palantir's contracts with various government agencies like the CIA, FBI, and ICE have sparked widespread controversies over the years when it comes to privacy and just basic civil liberties. Now, if political allies like JD Vance and Thiel get their way, they're both going to gain more influence, and the potential consequences for privacy at large can be very big. Now, Peter Thiel's vision of technology aligns with greater surveillance capabilities, and he's argued for using data to prevent threats and ensure national security. Sound familiar? It probably should. While this perspective could have some merits, generally, national security is used as an excuse to start surveilling citizens. Look no further than places like China, where every single citizen is monitored all the time in order to enforce national security. Or think of 9/11 and how after that the Patriot Act was introduced, bringing the United States into one of the biggest surveillance programs of all time, and it only took around 15 years or so for Edward Snowden to let everyone know about it. Now, Peter Thiel is actually a backer of JD Vance, who is an Ohio senator and now the vice president under Trump. JD Vance has clear ties to Peter Thiel and thus Palantir, the surveillance capability provider. Peter Thiel has provided millions of donations to JD Vance in campaign contributions. Imagine a scenario where Vance, influenced by Thiel's philosophies, pushes legislation that promotes the collection and analysis of vast amounts of data. This could lead to a normalization of government and corporate partnerships for data sharing. In such an environment, the idea of privacy as we know it could be redefined, with an emphasis on monitoring and security taking precedence over user privacy. The consequences could be very vast, which means we could lose control over all of our personal information, and it could erode the digital privacy landscape. Let's circle back to Palantir and how it's related to JD Vance. I already discussed how Peter Thiel is a donator and contributor to JD Vance, but Palantir, the company itself, really kind of epitomizes the surveillance kind of landscape. It's known for providing data analytics softwares to government agencies, and it's been fairly criticized for its intrusive surveillance practices. The company has very powerful technology capable of analyzing vast amounts of data to detect patterns and predict behaviors. Ever seen the movie Minority Report? Well, basically, it's kind of like that. Now, while this certainly has capability in protecting the American people with counterterrorism and crime prevention, it also poses risks to civil liberties, especially if used without proper oversight. Now, if you guys don't believe me, look at this article here, discussing JD Vance and his rise to political fame from his donator Peter Thiel. As it says here, Thiel hired Vance as his global investment firm in 2017 and nurtured his political rise, donating over $15 million to his individual 2022 Ohio Senate campaign and helping him win a closely fought GOP primary before he went on to capture the seat, becoming one of the youngest senators around. Now, if you guys don't believe me when it comes to JD Vance and Peter Thiel, and Palantir being kind of the capability of surveillance, well, look no further than this article. This says how Peter Thiel's Palantir helped the NSA spy on the whole world. Documents provided by NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden revealed Palantir's role in creating the US government's international spy machine. So yeah, in this video we've already made several connections. JD Vance is Trump's VP. Trump's like going to be 82 by the time he's done. Who knows if he's going to stay alive? Who knows how much power JD Vance is going to have? People like Peter Thiel donated significant portions of money to JD Vance, probably to have some influence over him. And Palantir is directly connected to Peter Thiel, and it's a surveillance apparatus. Can you connect the dots? Well, if you can, let's go a little further. Now, this article is actually from 2017, and if you're hearing this for the first time, well, I hope you didn't vote for Trump, because you just voted for a bigger surveillance network, basically. Read this here. Palantir has never masked its ambitions, in particular the desire to sell its services to the US government. The CIA itself was an early investor in the startup, but Palantir refuses to discuss or even name its government clientele, despite landing at least $1.2 billion in federal contacts since 2009, according to an August 26 report in Politico. Its two main products are Palantir Gotham and Palantir Metropolis. More geeky winks from a company whose token namesake is a type of magical spear used by the evil Lord Sauron to surveil. No joke, they literally named this after the Palantir from Lord of the Rings. You might have been thinking that. Yeah, it's a ball that just spies on people. I'm not making this shit up. While Palantir Metropolis is pegged to quantitative analysis for Wall Street banks and hedge funds, Gotham, formerly Palantir Government, is designed for the needs of intelligence, law enforcement, and homeland security customers. Gotham works by importing realms of structured data and unstructured images into one centralized database where all the information can be visualized and analyzed. So yeah. So how does this relate to kind of internet surveillance? Well, documents provided by Edward Snowden himself show that Palantir has helped expand and accelerate the NSA's global spy network, which is jointly administered with allied foreign agencies around the world. Notably, the partnership has included building software specifically to facilitate, augment, and accelerate the use of X-Keyscore, one of the most expansive and potentially intrusive tools in the NSA's arsenal. According to the Snowden documents published by The Guardian in 2013, X-Keyscore is, by the NSA's own admission, its widest reaching program, capturing nearly everything a typical user does on the internet, which includes emails, chats, web browsing traffic, pictures, documents, voice calls, webcam photos, web searches, advertising analytic traffic, social media traffic, botnet traffic, logged keystrokes, computer network exploitation, Skype sessions, user passwords, and more. I hope people who voted for JD Vance know that, well, I hope people are happy, because the VP of the United States was funded by Peter Thiel, who literally made the stuff that contributed to the world's biggest surveillance network. Still can't connect the dots? Well, once again, here you go.